Happy Wednesday, everybody. We have officially made it halfway through our first week at home, and I hope you guys are taking some time to have a lot of fun. We have another beautiful day outside today, so before you do any of these assignments, I want you to stop what you're doing and go outside and just have some fun in this awesome weather that we're having. I'm going to be going outside later. I put an update as to what my whole day looks like on our website, and I hope you'll go and read that and get some fun ideas for some things that you could do outside, and then share them maybe in our Facebook group or have mom send her a mine or something just to kind of tell how you've been spending your days. I really miss you guys, and I would love to hear about all of the fun things you've been doing to occupy yourselves at home. So if you've already gone outside for today, or maybe mom's asking you to get your work done for today, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start our video for day 2's assignments for 3rd grade. So for reading, all you have today is to read 30 minutes. It says you can read to yourself, to someone else, to a stuffed animal. So today, for our read aloud later, I'm going to be reading to this little guy. I did bring Buddy home. I just could not leave him at the school. It just would have been too lonely up there. So I brought him home so that he can join us for some read alouds over the next 2 weeks. For writing today, it says continue journal writing from day 1. Yesterday, I wrote mine, but I did not illustrate it. And so maybe that's what you did. Maybe you got all your writing done, but you didn't have time to illustrate it. So today, since your writing assignment is to keep on working on that, you can flip it over to the back and illustrate any part of your journal that you want to. Maybe you didn't get to your journal yesterday. Okay, so you've got today to go ahead and do that. Remember, it doesn't really matter what date you put at the top. Just do it the day that you're working on it. Everything with all of our at-home learning is super flexible, so I don't want you stressing about not getting to something on a certain day. What's important is just that you're doing what you have time for and you're doing what you can handle. For PE and Brain Boost today, it says get 60 minutes of physical activity a day, break it up, and make it fun. So last night I went to the track with Jacob and Callie and Jordan, and we all walked or ran 2 miles, and that felt so good to get outside and just do something. You know, we've been doing a lot of sitting on the couch and watching TV lately, and that just kind of catches up with you. At some point, your body just needs to move. So make sure you're getting outside and doing something fun every day. It says choose an activity from drop everything and move choice board. So yesterday I chose ride a bike or go for a walk around the neighborhood. I took Zoe walking and we went to the new house to kind of check out the progress on that. So today we got to look through, we've got to find something else that we could do. So let's see. What do I want to do today? Okay, today I think that I'm going to drink a glass of water and make a healthy meal to eat. Jordan will be so proud of me. Also, you guys will be really proud of me. I haven't been drinking nearly as much Dr. Pepper as normal. In fact, I've only had, I think, 2 Dr. Peppers in a week and a half. I know, that's pretty much unbelievable, isn't it? It's actually true. I'm trying harder to be healthy. If we're going to be stuck at home, might as well. I knew you guys would be proud of me for that one. So for math today, it says Education Galaxy for 20 minutes. Remember that you're just going to go to the purple My Study Plan tab when you get onto Education Galaxy, and you're going to click on math and do anything that you want to in that. I'm going to be sending home your logins here in just a few minutes through Remind. And if your parent needs help, don't forget, they don't get on Imagine Learning and Education Galaxy and all these websites all the time. Teach them the way that I've taught you. It says complete 1 color by product multiplication sheet. So we've done a lot of these at school, so I'm sure you guys are familiar with how to do them, but remember that you're going to put your name on the name blank, first and last, and then you're going to put your number if you'd like to. Today's date, you don't have to put it, but I'm going to just to kind of keep up with everything. Today's date is March 25th, 2020. And remember, this is a mixed review, so it's not just going to be one set of multiplication facts. It's not going to be all times 8s or all times 3s. Mixed review means that it's going to have some different facts from all of them, but we've done almost everything at this point, so you guys should be pretty well equipped to handle that. So for this one, you're just going to go through and fill out each part. Remember that we usually go through and we write the answers to all of the questions before we start coloring. So like 4 times 7, 28, 8 times 10, 80, 3 times 9. So look where your arrow's pointing. It's not over here. Your arrow is pointing to the puppy's nose. Okay, 5 times 9 is 45. So you're just going to keep going like that all throughout. There isn't a multiplication fact for the background, so you can color that any color that you want. And this says color the letters in any color. So all the letters, I just marked there. All the letters in your Puppies for Sale, you can color those whatever color you want. I'm not going to work out the whole multiplication sheet with you on the video, just because I wouldn't usually do that in class, because you guys are usually pretty good at doing these. But I will post an answer key, that way when you're done, you can check yourselves. Just make sure that you're writing down all of those answers before you color, okay? After you've written down your answers, you're going to go to the key at the top. And so, let's see, 28. So that number is listed right here. So that puppy's that puppy's head is going to be red. 27 is for his nose. That means his nose is going to be brown. And I have 80 for this ear, so this ear would be gray. And I have 45 for this ear, so this ear would be red. So your puppies are just going to have a bunch of different colors on them. So make sure you're paying attention to your key to see which ones go there. These aren't a range of numbers like any number between 0 and 22. These are the exact numbers. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's a little different than some of the other ones that we've done recently. All right, next it says complete 2 squares in your math choice board throughout the week. Now, here is the thing with that. Make sure that you're not overwhelming yourself. It says 2 squares per week. So you don't have to choose 2 squares per day. That would be so much math. You are welcome to. You can do as many of these you want, but your assignment is just to do 2 squares per week, okay? Because this is going to be for this week and next week. So you don't want to do them all at once, or you're going to run out of some things for you to do on your choice board. So if you started on these yesterday, awesome. If you already did 2 of these yesterday, that means you're done with this choice board for this week, and you can put it away until next week. Just make sure you're keeping up with that, because you are going to need it again. And the last thing on your math for today says practice addition, subtraction, and multiplication flashcards for 5 minutes each. I believe that in your packet you received some multiplication flashcards. You may not have gotten addition and subtraction ones. That's okay. You can either make your own, or you could just have a parent quiz you on those. You don't necessarily have to make your own paper ones if you don't have the resources to do that. For science today, it says watch solids, liquids, and gases on BrainPop Junior. So I'm just going to show you briefly how to access that. Okay, so we're going to go to our BrainPop Junior app. If you have the app, this is what it'll look like. If not, you can go through and go to the internet browser, just like I showed you yesterday in that video, and you can request access and go through it that way. So I'm going to go through my app and click search, and I'm going to go solid, and look, it already pops up just from that. So solids, liquids, and gases. And that's the only video that comes up. So you're just going to click on your video, and you're just going to let it play. After your video finishes, it should pop up and it has easy quiz, hard quiz, a little game, and a joke. So feel free to go ahead and do any of these that you'd like to. You don't have to do them today, though. I think tomorrow on your lesson plan, it's actually going to say to do one of the quizzes. So if you don't want to do the quiz today, don't. You don't have to. The only thing for today was to watch the video. Next, it says write a song about your school. Make sure it has at least 4 lines. All right, so I already wrote mine. I have not put a tune to it yet, but I did want to talk to you about a few things about writing a song. I said a lot has changed since I was in 3rd grade, but one thing has stayed the same. We're the BEST, and we always will be. I'll forever be a bear. This is the life for me. So you might notice that when I'm just speaking it and not singing it, it kind of sounds like a what? Kind of sounds like a poem. So that's one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about, since we've been talking about poetry pretty recently in class. If you remember, one of the poems that sounds like a song is called a lyrical poem. And that's because when it rhymes like that, it sounds like a song would with song lyrics. So when you're writing a song like this, if you want it to be catchy, one thing that most songwriters do is they will think about the rhyme scheme. And remember, that's just the pattern that comes when you write a poem, or in this case, a song. So if I want to figure out the rhyme scheme, I've got to look through at the last word. So I've got changed and grade. Do those rhyme? No, I don't think they do. So I've got A and B. The second one gets a different letter because it doesn't rhyme with the first one. So now I've got thing. Does thing rhyme with changed? No. Does thing rhyme with grade? No. So it's going to get its own new letter. Now I have same. Does same rhyme with changed? It has the same A sound, but I don't really think that's what they were going for. So look here, same and grade. Those are a little bit closer. Thing and same. So I think what it sounds the most like is grade. So I'm going to give that a B. Now I'm going to go to my second stanza. It says where the B-E est. So that one gets an A, because remember we start the letters over with a new stanza. And we always will be. Do est and B rhyme? No, they don't. So B is going to get a letter B. I'll forever be a bear. Does bear rhyme with est? No. Does bear rhyme with B? No. It's going to get a new letter C. This is the life for me. Oh, I know for sure me and B rhyme. Okay? So our rhyme scheme is A, B, C, B. It's the same down here. So rhyme scheme, A, B, C, B. So that is one thing that I want you to pay attention to. A lot of times in songs, that is the most common rhyme scheme that you're going to hear is A, B, C, B. So I challenge you this week to listen to some songs on the radio or a song on your tablet and kind of try to figure out the rhyme scheme of those songs. I bet you more often than not, you're going to hear that the rhyme scheme is A, B, C, B. So when you try to write a song about your school, you don't have to do that, but this is just a helpful tip. Usually using that rhyme scheme is going to make it the most easy way possible to write a song. Okay, so make sure it has at least 4 lines. Mine has 8. Yours does not have to, but keep in mind that the more you add to your song, the more story you're going to be able to tell with it. And it might just need a few more lines to help it make sense. Like mine wouldn't really have made sense if I only did the first stanza. So I added a little bit more to it to kind of tie it all together. If I happen to come up with a fun, catchy theme for that this week, maybe I will post a video. That sounds a little embarrassing, but I think I might do it anyway, just because I feel like you guys, if we were in class right now and I said that, you would be really pressuring me into doing that. So we shall see. Can't wait to hear the songs that you guys come up with. And the last thing on your list today is for language acquisition. What that means for you guys that don't know, it's basically just getting better at talking to the people around you in the language that you're comfortable with. So if your family speaks something other than English, like perhaps your family speaks Spanish primarily at home, you can do this activity in Spanish if that's what you're accustomed to. However, if your family speaks English primarily at home, you can do this activity in English. So today says explain how to tie your shoes to a family member. So some of you who don't know how to tie your shoes, I'm exposing you right now. So I've got my handy little shoe here. Jordan would be freaking out if he knew that I was putting this shoe on our desk. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to clean it. So if I were doing this, the way that I would explain it would be I would take one lace in each hand, like this, left and right. And I'm going to cross them to make an X. And then I'm going to take my right shoelace and I'm going to go over and under the other one. And then I'm going to grab it just like this. And now what I would see on the top is that I've created kind of like a little baby knot. And so I'm going to pull both sides straight down until it's tight. And I'm going to let go. Next, I'm going to grab my left and right shoelace again, but this time really close to the top of the shoe. And I'm going to take my right pointer finger, or your booger finger like I always call it in class, and you're going to put it right down on that little baby knot. Okay, and you're going to hold that in place, because if you don't, your whole shoelace is going to come undone. Now make an L. Okay, so you've put your booger finger on your shoe. You're going to make an L like this. Okay, with your left hand, you're going to go over towards yourself, over your thumb, and then bring the rest of it down right here. And you're just going to grab it to make a little bow. You see, you're pinching it like a crab. So you're going to grab your shoelace right there and let go of your thumb with your right hand. Next, I'm going to take and hold it like this. Sometimes it helps if you use these 2 fingers right here on your left hand. And I'm going to go with my right hand over away from me, over that loop, and under. And if you see right here, there's a little hole. Okay, I'm going to push from behind and go up through that hole. And I want to make sure I don't let go of anything. So you've got to find a way right here that works for you to hold everything in place. Okay, when you've got it held with your right hand, you can let go with your left hand and you're going to grab your little loop. Okay, and you're going to slowly pull on just the loops and pull it tight until you have 2 little bunny ears and 2 little whiskers. Okay, so once you do all that together, it's going to look like this. Remember, you're going to crisscross your shoelaces. You're going to go over with your right hand and under back towards you. Pull tight, make a baby knot. You're going to put your finger, your pointer finger or booger finger down on the baby knot. You're going to make an L with your right hand and you're going to go over towards you with your left and pinch that little loop like a crab. And you're going to go with your right hand over the loop and under and then through the hole. Grab it with your right hand, pinch it. And then you're going to pull both of your bunny ears really tight like this. Then you've got 2 bunny ears and 2 whiskers. And if you want to take it a step further and double knot it, you grab everything like this. Okay, you got all of your left and all of your right. So you've got an ear and a whisker in each hand. Okay, you're going to crisscross them again. And take those 2 fingers like we did, and you're going to go over with your right hand and back through the loop and pull tight. And now you've double knotted your shoe. Double knot is optional. It just helps your knot stay for longer. Okay? And it also says you can get on Imagine Learning for today. That's completely optional and up to you. And one more thing before we go. Wellness and self-care was left blank on your lesson plans today. Ms. Garlington has included a paper about the coronavirus to you, okay? So I don't know how much you guys know about this virus, but just like any other sickness, there are precautions that you need to take to keep from getting it. Just like when the flu goes around or a stomach bug or anything like that, there are things that you need to do in order to keep yourself safe and healthy from it. So in this top part, it says, what is coronavirus? Coronavirus or COVID-19, it can be called either name, is a virus that affects the respiratory system, which means your lungs, your nose, your mouth, your throat, your bronchi, which is some little things inside of your throat, and all other body parts involved in breathing. It is passed from person to person through droplets from sneezes, coughs, runny noses, and saliva. So if someone sneezes on their hand and touches a bathroom door handle, and then another person touches that same bathroom door handle and then touch their face, they can become infected with the virus. This is why it is so important to wash our hands and avoid touching our faces. So if you remember in class, I always tell you guys, oh, get your fingers out your nose. Oh, get your hands off your mouth. Oh, go get some Germ-X. That's because that's how a lot of these viruses and sicknesses spread. It's through all of those little things that you are touching after that and before that. So just think, if you touched that bathroom handle and then you touched your face, you are giving yourself that sickness. In the same sense, if you touched your face and then touched a door handle, you've now gotten your germs on that door handle for the next person. So make sure you are washing your hands and keeping them off of your face. The next part on your next subheading says, I'm a kid. Doesn't that mean I can't get coronavirus? No, definitely not. Some people have been saying that kids aren't affected by coronavirus. Scientists still believe that coronavirus may not make kids as sick as adults, but kids can still become infected with the virus. That's just like whenever sicknesses are going around the school, a lot of times, like, your teachers may not get all the stomach bugs that you guys get, but does that mean that we can't get them? No, definitely not. We still need to be careful and wash our hands and things like that. So make sure that you are doing that here as well. It says, why are we staying home from school? All of the adults at school want you and your family to be safe and healthy. Scientists are recommending that we stay home and avoid being in crowds or large gatherings, like a classroom full of friends. We are staying home from school to slow the virus from spreading. So the idea behind that is that if we're not all together in a big room, then we're not sneezing on each other, we're not all touching the same things, we're not coughing around each other, so things are less likely to spread. So we're hoping that by doing that, this virus will run out of people to spread to because no one's all together, and it'll kind of slow it down and keep it from spreading so much. What should I do to stay safe? Number 1, wash your hands often and before you eat. Wash them for at least 20 seconds and make sure you get the space between your fingers and the backs of your hands clean. I know sometimes when we wash our hands, we just like to pump on some soap and do a quick little scrub and then we're done. No, that's not really doing you a whole lot of good. It's better than not washing them at all, but it says wash them for at least 20 seconds. And the reason for that is you want to make sure you're taking the time to get all of those germs off and make sure you're touching all of those little spots in between. And if I'm wearing a ring, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that ring off and scrub all right there. And I may even scrub on my ring. And I'm going to push my sleeves up and kind of get my wrists right here just to make sure that I get everything clean. It says try to avoid touching your nose, mouth, eyes, and whole face with unwashed hands. You should probably try to avoid that when your hands are washed too, because otherwise you're going to get stuff from your nose and your mouth onto your clean hands. And I know a lot of times we do those things without even thinking about it. I'm sure you guys have noticed whenever I have my nails painted, my fingers are all over my mouth. I don't know why. It's just a bad habit that I have. So if you notice, I haven't painted my nails because I don't want them near my mouth. So you've got to really just be conscious about what you're doing and try your best to keep those hands away from your face. Practice healthy habits is number 3. Eat healthy foods, drink lots of water, get some exercise, and get plenty of sleep. If you're doing those things, you're taking care of your body and you're making sure your body is at its strongest that it possibly can be. That way, if you were exposed to a sickness, your body will be able to fight it off much easier than if it was tired and hungry and unhealthy. So you want to make sure you're giving yourself the best chance possible to fight off any sickness, not just the coronavirus, but this is true for every day, to fight off a common cold, to help your allergies not be so bad, to help you fight against the flu or strep throat. I know we've had a lot of sickness going around in general, so these are really good tips for all the time, not just right now while this virus is such a big deal. Number 4, if you need to sneeze or cough, sneeze into a tissue or the inside of your elbow. So what that looks like is this part of your arm right here is the part that you're going to want to sneeze into. Okay, so pull that up to your face and sneeze right there instead of into your hands. Follow directions from the trusted adults in your life. They want to take care of you. Okay, so I know some of your families probably are seeming a little stressed right now and things like that. I want you to know that even if mom or dad seems a little stressed, or maybe they've been a little crankier than usual or a little bit short with you, guys, they just want to take care of you. And all of this is so new to everybody. Your parents are now having to be your teachers. They're having to figure out what to do about work and how to take care of you during the day when usually you would be with me during the day. So make sure you're just being patient with your parents and you're trusting what they say for you to do. I know that, with us being at home like this, you may be thinking, well, why can't I go to my friend's house? Like, he lives right next door. I just want to go play with him. Well, on a usual break, that would be fine. But remember, the whole point of us being at home is so that you can stay away from people who might be sick, or so you can avoid giving a sickness to someone else. So you want to make sure that you're staying far away from those friends, even though that would seem like the fun thing to do. Your parents are not doing that to ruin your fun. They're doing that to keep you safe and healthy. Okay? Make sure you're being patient with them and make sure you're doing whatever you can to help them. If you've got younger siblings at home, try your best to be a good big brother or sister and help take care of them, okay? Because parents are going through a lot of stress right now, so just be patient. On the back of your paper, it says, what can I do if I'm feeling worried? It says circle of support. Talk about how you're feeling with the people you trust at home. You can be honest with them, okay? Because it's okay for you to have all these feelings. It's something new. It's something that we haven't done before, so just talk about it. If you have questions, ask the people you trust to help you understand. Guys, even if they don't know the answer, they can help you find an answer. Keep in touch with friends, even if you're not seeing them at school every day, and video chat or call loved ones who don't live near you. So no, we can't see all of our friends right now. We can't come to school like we usually do, but that doesn't mean that you can't talk to them anymore, okay? So talk to your parents and see if maybe you can give your friend a call. We're going to try to do a video call with everybody later in the week for anybody who can be a part of that. So we're going to do some things to try to stay connected during this time. Breathe it out. If your body is feeling restless or keyed up, take some time to sit and slow your breathing. Try these exercises by tracing your finger over the lines and breathing along with them. Repeat at least 5 times. I know some of you have probably heard me say before, when my watch tells me to breathe during the day, and I say, I don't want to breathe right now. It's saying that so that I'll be less stressed out. That's so funny. Look, it popped up right now. A minute of deep breathing can improve concentration. That's true, and it can also make you feel relaxed. Okay, so look, we're going to start on the star, and it says inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Hold it. And it says repeat that at least 5 times. And here's another one here. You start here with your finger and you inhale. And you exhale. Remember, inhale means to breathe in and exhale means to let the air exit. It says set small daily goals. Keep your focus on real things you can do. Set small daily goals for yourself and keep track of your goals. Set a goal about how much you will read each day, how long you'll practice your free throws each day, how many nice things you'll say to family members each day, or something else that's important to you. So if you're setting small daily goals, you are still giving yourself things to work toward every day. And that's really important because when you come to school every day, we do have goals that we work toward. So make sure you're still giving yourself those things to do at home. Look for the fun. Shift your focus away from the worries and do something fun. Play a board game with your family, have a dance party, paint, draw, write, or create. So I cannot tell you how important that is. Guys, if this packet stresses you out at some point, put it down and go outside, or go play a game, or go listen to music, or do whatever you want. This packet is not your top priority right now. I'm going to be very honest with you. Okay, I want you to do things that are going to keep your mind away from worries, and if that involves doing some schoolwork, do it. But if that's not what you need right then, I want you to listen to your own body and listen to your own brain and figure out what you need in that moment, because that's what's the most important. Let the worries go. Having trouble letting go of the worries? Try these strategies. Set a 3-minute timer. During those 3 minutes, think about all the worries you want. You might write those down. You might just think about them. You might say them out loud, but when the timer goes off, worry time is over. Get up, move to a new space, and think of something else. So maybe you just need time to just get those worries out. Do that, but don't do that forever. Set a 3-minute timer. When your 3 minutes is up, stop it. It says 2, write your worries on a piece of paper. Tear or wad it up and toss it in the trash can. You might think, well, that seems kind of pointless. What you're doing when you're doing that is you're putting down all of those things that are stressing you out on a piece of paper, and think about how good it's going to feel to wad up that paper and throw it away. Basically, what you're doing is you're throwing your worries away. Okay, one more thing that is not on this paper. If you're worried, think about something that you have probably learned at church that you can do. You can pray about that, okay? Right there, anytime you want to, you can do that. Talk to your parents about it. Pray with them. Pray with a sibling. Whatever you feel like you need to do, that's what you need to do to get rid of your worries, okay? So remember, it's okay to have worries. Talk to someone you trust about how you are feeling. That is super important. It's okay for you to feel worried and for you to not know all the answers. Okay, just make sure that you are talking to people about how you feel and don't keep it all bottled up all the time. So that is the end of your video lesson for today. Again, I hope you go outside and you have some fun and you do some things that are fun for you with your family. Maybe go bake something in the kitchen, go outside and play with a pet. Make up a fun game, whatever you want to do. I'm going to go outside this evening and I'm going to be taking pictures of a really cute couple at Lindsay Park in Tyler. We're going to keep our distance, don't worry. But I challenge you to go outside today and find something in nature that brings you joy and take a picture of it. You can post that picture to our Facebook group. You can have mom send it to me and remind, whatever you want to do. And I'm going to post my picture to our Google site. So if you want to know what I find today, go ahead and check there tomorrow to see what I find in nature today. Bye.